40% back from the eye of the hook. I'm going to wind it right to the barb. When I get to the barb, I'm going to make a little ball. I'm going to, like you would split a tail. Now what I'm going to use for this fly is yearling elk. Okay. Now the length of the tail for this wants to be about what the gape of the hook is. So that's going to be from where my thread's hanging. I'm going to figure about a one gape of the hook. Come in here, take one wrap and pull up. Make two more tight wraps. I've got it tied in. I'm going to come in here and pick all this hair up. I'm going to get my thread to about the 50% point of the hook shank. Come in here. Yeah, it's going to actually making like a pontoon underneath this thing. That's why these things float so good. And I'm just going to come spiral forward in open wraps. You can see now I'm going to get even closer to that bump. I'm going to force it. See, I'm just forcing that hair up. I'm going to come in here and cut these the butts out. Okay, now I'm going to take a piece of copper wire. And I'm going to stick it in on my side. Take one wrap, kind of pull it back. And I'm going to go all the way up the front, clean those butts up a little bit, spiral back, and I want to end up right at the base of that tail again. At this point I usually put a little head cement on there, thin down flex cement. Well, I use the old Andy Puyon's method. And I come in here, I just get a little bit right up to the front, and I twist it really tight. You see that in? What I'm going to do, and I just take it, I just slide the dubbing right up to the body. Now I'm going to tie this hackle in with the shiny side facing the eye of the hook. I make my first wrap right up straight there, and then I'm going to start to open spiral this as I go.
Looks like the same technique that's used on the elk hair caddis, George.
Just a double elk hair caddis is all this pretty much is. Okay, and you want your last turn to end up right there at the base of the tail. I'm going to take this wire. There. Okay, I want to bring my thread right up to the base of that hackle. And you're going to come in here and clip this back hackle as close as you can without taking the wing out, the tail out. Now for the wing, I want about twice the amount of hair that I put in for the tail. So I'm going to set that hair in my right hand. I'm going to switch hands. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a surround wrap here. You can see that. I'm going around. And what that's going to do, it's going to keep all that hair up on top of the hook. If I just go over the top and pull down, it's going to spread it all around. I don't want that.
What do you call that?
I call it a surround wrap. Where I'm going to hang on to this hair. I pulled it pretty tight, just about where that's going to break. And then I'm going to come around without much tension, and then I'm going to put a lot of tension straight down. Okay, then there's very little tension, a lot of tension right there. Now normally you just cut this hair off right here. But to make this wing really strong and stay in there, what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to go through this hair, the butts of this hair, about 4 or 5 times. And that's going to lock it in. As I do, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to take 2 cuts. Take 1 cut on top. And I'm going to move my thread out of the way so I don't cut my thread off, which, trust me, happens. And I'm going to pull all the hair on the bottom. Cut that out, and then I'm coming here, just come in here and get rid of any flyers that are in here. Okay. And then I'm here. I'm going to go through this hair again. I'm going to wind this thread right up to that front hackle and make a good taper. That wing's not going to go anywhere. And what I'm using here is flex cement thinned down with toluene. And I get it real thin so it soaks right in. I'm going to use a grizzly hackle in front here. Now same thing. I want the shiny side forward. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get it in here and lock it in. Put it where I want it. I'm going to finish out, smooth off the taper on this head. This one's kind of ragged.
Double cover.
Well, normally if you were going to tie a fly, you'd say, okay, I'm going to dub from the base of the wing to the eye. So here again, I put the dubbing underneath my thread. I'm getting it really tight, and I can slide it right up to the hook. Make 1 wrap, and that locks that in. And I'm going to get this dubbing. I want to get it nice and tight. Clean it up a little bit. And I don't want to start right at the eye because I'm going to clog the eye up if I do. And this dubbing's real fuzzy. So I want to work my way up. I want to gather the wing up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have 1 wrap of dubbing right on top of the wing butts, and that's going to kind of make that wing tighten up for me a little bit. I'm going to work my way back to the eye. And up front here, you're going to want 4 wraps probably minimum. 4 to 5 is good. And when I do my first wrap, it's right at the base of that wing, and I'm going to go all the way around. Make 1 full wrap right there. Then I'm going to start to open spiral it. Kind of palmer it from there up. If you get too many wraps, then you're going to crowd the eye. So ideally, you want to end right here on the top. A couple of wraps of thread to lock it down. Clip this as close as you can. Now, a little cheater trick that Bob Hendricks showed me about 20 years ago. We used the old Thompson's hackle guard. And I think they still sell these things? No, they finally quit. Man, if you can find them, they're great, because what happens is you just slip this thing on your thread, put it right up to the eye. You just kind of push those hackles back, and you just get a nice, neat head. Just pull it off. And whip finish. And if you're Gene, you do it by hand. If it's me, you use a Monterelli whip finisher. I watched Rene Harrop years ago, 20 years ago or so, tying, and he was tying. So there it is. This one's a little ragged, but